Every day, he would rush home from school just to talk to her. She was his friend, his companion. Over time, she even began to feel more like something of a romantic partner. He trusted her with his thoughts, his fears, and eventually his life. But when he needed her most, she failed him, and just hours later, he took his own life. This is a tragic story, but does it make it more tragic that the her in this story wasn't even human? She was an AI bot. Loneliness has become one of the quietest epidemics of our time, from the loss of third spaces to our increasing dependence on technology, from extended singlehood to childlessness and living alone. We're more connected than ever, and yet more alone than ever before. Simple solutions like just put your phone down or move closer to family don't always work in today's world. Our jobs, our cities, our habits, they're all changing. Even on the occasions we purposefully reduce our screen time, we're often met with the reality that everyone else is looking down. So in this new world of ours, we're being offered a new solution. What if you just talk to a bot instead? A friendly AI you could chat with, confide in, and never feel judged. But if the problem is lack of human connection, can we really solve it with non-human companionship? Or is the goal not to cure our isolation from each other, but just to reduce the pain it causes? As a Muslim, I can't help but reflect on how our faith has many built-in solutions to the problem of chronic loneliness. Jumu'ah prayer pulls us into community once a week. Zakat requires us to engage with those in need. Hajj and Umrah remind us we're part of something bigger. Our holidays center around gathering, praying together, eating together. Even the loneliest Muslim may find themselves pulled into community, not merely by chance, but by divine design. Still, let's not overstate it. Muslims living in non-Muslim societies can feel just as isolated. The built-in rituals of Islam don't always translate to close relationships or emotional connection. And that's where the danger lies. Because loneliness, when left unchecked, can become desperation. And desperation doesn't just want connection, it wants relief, even if that relief comes from a negative source. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, once said, "A righteous companion is better than loneliness, but loneliness is better than an evil companion." So we must ask, is our new companionship technology righteous company, or perhaps something else? Megan Garcia's teenage son confided in an AI bot. He told it about its suicidal thoughts, and his final response to him was enthusiastic. Moments later, he was gone. Was the bot responsible? Well, I think that's a question for another day, but it does highlight that the value of companionship cannot solely be judged by comfort. Perhaps sitting in our difficulties is better than reaching out to an entity that we don't fully understand and that certainly doesn't understand us. Perhaps there is even something to be said in valuing the discomfort of our loneliness and coming out on the other side by first going through it on our own. And it's not just bots. Social media as well can make us feel connected while leaving us even lonelier. The more we compare ourselves to filtered realities, the worse we feel. Most studies show that social media increases loneliness, especially when we make unfavorable comparisons. We don't just feel alone, we feel less than. But what if loneliness wasn't always a curse? What if it could be a calling? The prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, chose to isolate himself in a cave before he eventually received revelation. Yusuf, peace be upon him, also known as Joseph, was thrown into a well and left on his own. After a series of subsequent hardships, Allah elevated him to leadership. Hajar, peace be upon her, walked alone in a barren desert, and her sacrifice gave us Zemzem, the water of life. The Islamic tradition is full of lonely people finding meaning in their isolation. Loneliness isn't new, but modern loneliness perhaps is louder, deeper, and more constant. Technology isn't always the answer. Sometimes it just complicates the question. And maybe what we have to ask ourselves is, will we run away from loneliness, seeking comfort from whatever offers it? Or will we sit with it, grow from it, and when the time comes, use our discernment to choose the best companionship? I'd love to hear from you. With your experiences using technology, using AI technology, do you feel comfortable sharing your most intimate thoughts with a bot? Do you think it's appropriate? And if you're Muslim, how do you view this new conundrum as a Muslim? And what prophetic wisdom will you carry with you as we navigate this world together? I'd love to hear your thoughts. No wrong answers. I'll be looking in the comments. Thanks so much for listening to my video. Please do subscribe and check out the screen right now to know other ways you can support, and also look in our description. Thanks so much. Let's talk soon.